Hi, I'm Jim Ryan. Welcome. I got started in this part of my life back in the year 2000. I used to be a teacher. I taught French and Italian, and I was a guidance counselor at a junior high school on Long Island. I went into business, but I've always been interested in personal development. I've always read a lot, gone to seminars, listened to tapes, and back in the year 2000, I just realized I had all of this stuff in my head. And I said, what's the point of having it in my head? I got to get it out of my head. So I spoke to some friends, and I was directed to the jail out in eastern Long Island. And every Monday morning for the last 19 years, I go there and I teach a class in personal development to men and women who are locked up for multiple DWI convictions. It's a program that I volunteer in, and it's a program that I made up as I went along. It's morphed into a 10-week program. I go from week 1 to week 10, come back to week 1, go to week 10. The men and women, they come and go. But it was a turning point for me. They liked the program. At the end of the session, they'll shake my hand, they'll say thank you. It just fills me up to go there. And about 3 years into that, I said, you know, if these folks like the message, maybe people on the outside would as well. So I came up with a talk, and I wrote to libraries on Long Island, and I started giving talks in libraries about how to be happy, how to be at your best every day. One talk led to another, and along the way, I wrote a book called Simple Happiness, 52 Easy Ways to Lighten Up. Anybody know anybody who could lighten up? It's been the most exciting time of my life being out in the public, talking about how to be happy, how to be at your best every day. By the way, raise your hand if you'd rather not feel good during the day. Who would rather not feel good? That's right, we all want to feel good, but it gets lost in the background of our day. We have so many responsibilities. We've got our family, we've got our kids, we've got our parents, we've got the shopping, we've got our work. And the real reason why we do everything is to be fulfilled, is to feel good, but that gets pushed into the background. And on holidays, my family will get together and we'll have a nice dinner around the dining room table, and we'll say grace before the dinner. And I'll usually preface the grace by saying something like, let us put ourselves in the presence of God. Not a bad thing to say, right? But over the years, I realized we don't have to put ourselves in God's presence. We're always in God's presence. God's grace, His light, His love is always shining down upon us, whether we're paying attention or not, whether we're doing something good or not. It's always there. And that's what we're going to talk about this week in the retreat. We're going to talk about how we can be more open to experience God's love. And we're good people. We try to do the right thing. We're kind, we're generous, we're compassionate, we're forgiving, but we're also human. And every once in a while we'll do or say something that's really not in keeping with Christ's teachings. Not so many words, but we say, look, God, I got this. Don't worry. I know how to talk to her. I can handle him. But I'll get back to you. But right now, leave it up to me. And it's at those moments when our ego rears its ugly head. And you know how you spell ego? E-G-O. It's at those moments when we edge God out of our lives. And we all do it. And it's not something that we're proud of, but it's something that we struggle with. And that's what we're going to talk about this week during the retreat. How can I work on my human side so that I can be more open to experience God's love? The first night, we're going to talk about 8 characteristics of happy people. What are happy people like? And we're going to try on these characteristics to see if we can maybe have a little turn in consciousness here and there and lower our stress and focus on our gratitude, focus on our appreciation, focus on our abundance, our gifts. The second night, we're going to talk about managing our thoughts. This is where it all happens. We drive ourselves nuts with the negatives that we hang on to, the stress, the worry. And we're not called to be worried people. We're called to be people of joy, people of love. But we do it to ourselves. It's our human side that kind of gets in the way of really opening up to experiencing God's love. So we're going to talk about managing our thoughts so that we can be more open to experience the love that God shines upon us every minute of our lives. And the third night, we're going to talk about how to start to live heaven on earth. Why not? Why wait till our bodies are gone till we enjoy the intimate relationship in heaven with God? Why not start right now, today on earth? And that's where the whole retreat is leading, to work on our human side so that we can really live a life of joy and happiness and share that with our fellow man every day of our lives. It's going to be good. I promise you're going to like it. I play the guitar. We're going to sing some songs. You may laugh a little bit. You may cry a little bit. But I invite you to come. And I invite you to bring someone, because you might be the catalyst during this retreat to bring someone back into the church, to bring someone back into the faith, someone who's wandered, who's been a little sad for whatever reason might be. These are going to be 3 nights of encouragement and hope. So come. I get 2 comments often when I do these talks. Sometimes people will come up and say, Jim, thank you for affirming how I try to live my life. And the other comment I get often is, gee, I wish my husband had come. Or gee, I wish my daughter had come. So bring somebody and come yourself. It's going to be uplifting. It's going to be empowering. I promise. So I hope to see you this week at the retreat. Thank you.